Okay, pardon for the wet hair, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to sit around and wait for it to dry before I turn the camera on. So, wet and stringy, what the heck? It's just a body, right? My heart is celebrating today. It's not just the beautiful weather, but it's having weathered the personal storm of the challenges and the things that seemed so heavy when they arrived, and yet they weren't. What that was the heaviness of my own energies that were being dredged up in the presence of that. And so, by being willing to be with it, sit with it, endure what comes, I am much lighter, and more connected to higher self. I've been feeling that, and feeling it strongly, and feeling it beautifully. And it's just a reminder, the sine wave, it goes up and down, and that's the 3D way. That's the wave. And pain is a part of the process. And without the pain, at the bottom of the sine wave, you don't get the happiness that's at the heights. And so there's still a joy that's in the background. This last time, it got a little challenging because this body once had lymphoma. And I went for, I guess, probably about 10 days with swelling here. It's still a little bit swollen, but it's pretty uncomfortable. And so, it brought up the booger bear, the concern. And there was some weakness too, and I thought, oh crap, what kind of deal is that? But one foot in front of the other. There's nobody that can take two steps at once. It's not doable. Everybody puts their pants on one leg first and then the other. It's the 3D way. And so, so very often, if we will endure willingly, with reasonable good cheer. I mean, you don't go out and embrace pain and invite it home or anything, but it comes. It comes. And so if when it arrives, we won't be intimidated by it, but we'll just recognize it as a good friend, as someone or something who has come bearing gifts. And with a twinkle in the eye, we can welcome it and just keep on the lookout for, okay, what gifts do you bring? It's amazing. Emotion is very much more key to everything than I had the least clue about consciously early on in this incarnation. Being in my family of origin was a bit like an emotional rape, in that the parents were just distant, just so distant. And like many of the baby boomer generation, I was taught to keep my feelings to myself, and not even permitted at times, when being scolded, to express with an expression, a silent expression on my face, any displeasure. And so, quite naturally, you shut down. This is what the training was. But, there's a funny thing about those sine waves. How low they go at the bottom measures how high they go at the top, because they're balanced. And so the deeper the depths, the higher the heights. And I'm a firm believer that it's best not to get attached to either heights or depths. If you get attached to the heights, getting attached to anything brings pain. That's just how it is. It will chafe and it will burn, and it will bite you later. So, and that's one of the hardest things, but it's not really, it's impossible if you haven't found your way into heart. But heart is a magical kingdom, and it makes the impossible regular fare for every day. And so nothing is impossible. There's a quote, with God, all things are possible. And I say frequently, absolutely anything is possible. And so let's open up to the possibilities brought by pain. Have a blessed day. Love and light.